Hey everyone, we are going to do this walk again. This is the new walk that we found on New Year's Day. It went a bit wrong. I know the SD card somehow got corrupted. Not quite sure how it happened. Come on, Ralph. Good boy. Definitely go that way, yeah. Not going to go that way because there are people. Oh, well, they've just come off now. So, anyway, it's a little bit colder than it was on New Year's Day, as you can see. Gloves, hat, snood. It is pretty chilly. Not as chilly as it was when went out this morning at about 8 o'clock. It's -6 in the village. There is some footage of the sun coming up over the village coming up on YouTube a little bit later on today. Well, it depends when this one goes live, to be fair, as to whether it'll be later today, but that's going live later today, so I'll see if I can get this video on first so it all makes a bit of sense. Anyway, so we are walking along. So before we went over there and round, so we're hoping, and this way we're still going to connect up. This is the way we should have gone before, but as I say, we didn't know where we were going before, hence it was a new walk. I'm only missing Spurs on the telly, playing on a plastic pitch and not playing very well either. Not that I follow Spurs, but two of my brothers do, so I sort of keep one eye on them. Poor old James, the last couple of matches he's had for his team on a Saturday morning have been called off due to frozen pitches, which is a shame. Because all they want to do at that age is just play football, so telling them that it's been called off is not good. As I was saying before, and well, I think it got cut off so you wouldn't have heard it before, but I said in another vlog, the one I did around Broxbourne, I missed the walks that we got around there, but there are some nice walks around here as well, just a bit further afield, but it's good exercise. It gets us all out of the house, lives away from his PS5, Xbox, whatever the hell he's playing. Juliet me need the exercise anyway, so one thing for sure, it is not windy like it was on New Year's Day. It is dead still today. It really is in comparison. Took the drone up to just under 400 foot this morning, 392, which is what I set the maximum on.
Go down there and go through to the new estate.
Do we want to do that?
We'll go through to the new estate, or we can come out halfway along the new road.
Well, what? I'll be back. Right, after some negotiation and deliberation, we're carrying on this way. I haven't got a clue where it's going to bring us out. Which is unusual for me, so I'll just toe the line. So from what Julie's telling me, when we get to the top here, we take a right, and it sort of gets us back on that path where we were last time. But of course, I keep saying it like, you know what I mean, because it sort of cut me off from this field, and then we were back on the high road, so a little bit of a waste of time sort of saying where we ended up before, because you wouldn't have known. But hopefully you get the gist of it, and we'll be back in time hopefully for the Man United Arsenal, or Arsenal Man United. I don't know where it's being played, doesn't matter really to me. But and then I've got to look for a portable hard drive, because I'm getting very little space now on devices with what I'm doing with the blogging, and I want to try and keep some of it, you know, for myself. Obviously I know it goes onto YouTube, the vast majority of it, but some of it doesn't, because some of it people aren't really interested in. It's just stuff that I do when I'm out and about, and when you're doing the editing, stuff like that. Some of it makes the cut, some of it doesn't, so some of it's just nice to keep, but you can't keep it on your phone. The iPad's not so bad, the iPad's quite big, my new iPad, and obviously the MacBook is quite big, but yeah, it's just nice to have it somewhere external. So that's something I've got to look at, hopefully then get it delivered to the local Sainsbury's via Argos. Quite a handy little thing that, even though I've got a Curry's quite opposite me where I work. I'm not sure they keep a lot of stuff in stock, you know, so I might have a look at that as well before I order anything. So I've still got to drive to the next, I want to say town. Is Buntingford a town? I don't really know. Let's say it is. It's not a village, is it? Don't know if you can see the small plane up there. Anyway, I won't bore you with my external hard drive chat anymore, other than I will be having a look into it whilst I'm watching the football this afternoon. I'm quite happy with all my devices now, but I got the DJI, I want to say Osmond 6, is the sort of the gimbal of my phone, but because my phone is just getting so full up to trying to do a video like this, I'm not sure it would even do it now. It would do some of it, but yeah, it's not great, so it feels like it's a little bit of a waste of money at the moment, which is why I want to get this hard drive and get stuff off it. Sort of sooner rather than later, really. But we will see what happens with that. I am quite fortunate that I've got the MacBook at home and the iPad, so I've got sort of 3 other places to put stuff. But ridiculously, the Mac is on a different account, because I was getting so many devices on Julie and Ryan account. I had to start a new one off my Mac. So any purchases I make, for example for editing purposes, I have to do on the iPad or my phone, which isn't a problem now, but if I continue doing what I'm doing, I'm not going to have the room to do it, so I do need to make some decisions. Solar farm over there, there's some guy over there walking his dog. So I've sort of got an idea where we are now. We're a lot further along than I thought we were going to be, to be fair. And sort of way in the distance over there, I think is Flint Cross. Or if it's not Flint Cross, it's Falmouth. It's one or the other. Got some holiday announcements to make in due course. We're just finalising a couple of bits and pieces, but I think we're pretty much there now for this year. I think I've already mentioned one, but we've since then booked a couple of other smaller things, so in due course, once obviously they're all confirmed, I'll let you know. But suffice to say, we've got something in February, something for the May half term, the second one. I think there are two, or was it one of them Easter? I can't remember. Anyway, the second bank holiday Monday, and that half term, that week there, we are going away. And then we've got the cruise, which I think people know about anyway, but I'll go through that again in due course. But that's August, so the tail end of the year, unfortunately, is looking a bit sparse. But between you, me and all the other subscribers, we won't tell Julia or James, but maybe we'll look at something else later on in the year. Don't know what yet, but we'll look at something maybe. Right, we're going to have a look where this brings us out, and then I might come off until we get to the end of this path, which I think is going to be New Road. But we'll have a look. So down there, that will take you back to the path where we were on before, I think. And then here, try not to have your eye taken out, it's taking us up to New Road. And we're a lot closer than I thought we were going to be, actually, because I can see it. There was a car just going over the top of that hill. So yeah, it's not as far as I thought. So we sort of cut the corner, really. So it's not too bad. Alright, I'll give myself a couple of minutes breathing and I'll come back. So I always said if we did any different walks, I would always video them. So that way there is going towards Flint Cross on New Road. This way is going back into Melbourne along this very interesting path. As you can see, it is very, very scenic and picturesque. We are very blessed from that point of view, from the point of view of the villages. This time of year it's a bit muddy and a bit boggy. Those two in front, they got the right idea, they got the right footwear. I think I must have missed the memo of getting some walking boots, because the only ones I've got are my DMs, but they're not really for this. They're really smart DMs, so maybe look at getting some in the future, but not today. So I'm making do with my Adidas, which are pretty shite. So eventually this will bring us into Melbourne, just over the brow of this hill. We've got this field that we're in, and then another one, and then it's sort of, you have to cut through another hedge, and then that will get us back onto New Road until heading down. back into the vision. I'll keep recording because I did say if I ever went anywhere else, we would record so you can see a bit more of the village. Most of it, to be fair, is all residential. There's no real surprises, if you like, but you see a bit more of our little village on the ground. Obviously, I've been uploading loads of YouTube videos from the drone, but again, I'm beginning to understand with the drone. It's very good for sort of close quarters, perhaps half a mile, perhaps a mile, depending on interference. But above and beyond that, it's not built up area-wise. I mean, got the range. So from that point of view, it's good for what I'm using it for at the minute. I did actually sign up at a couple of viewers' requests in the local area for missing animals. I think that would go as far as say missing adults as well, or people as well. But if an animal or a person goes missing, they call up people in the local area that are registered with drones, and they ask you to get your drones up. Now mine would only be during the day because it's not got the infrared Fandango stuff on it, so it wouldn't be any good for that. But anything I can do to help, I certainly always will. As I said before on multiple occasions, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so whilst that is continuing, I'll keep doing it. The subscriptions are getting more, and now up to 103, so it may not sound like a lot to some people, but I remember saying in previous videos, let's get to 10, let's get to 20, let's get to 30, let's get to 50, let's get to 75. Well, I've got to 100 now plus, and I want that to keep growing. You know, there's loads of content coming out on the channel, so I've got some nice breaks as well as longer holidays to look forward to this year as well, and there'll be some other stuff coming as well. It's just all about time management. Also with James's football commitments, you have to sort of run your life a little bit around that at the weekends. So yeah, obviously I can never record any of that. I mean, I'm sure he'd love to be on the video from that point of view. He really loves doing it, but obviously you can't do that with children and stuff like that, so that'll never be recorded either on this camera or on the drone, which is a shame because they're a good little team developing. You know, we've been with them since they were 5 years old. James is going to be 14 in March, so we've grown up with them. I'm taking a little bit of a lesser role this season. There is a new manager doing it, but he still asks for opinions and help, still asks me to be on the sideline where needed. Julia is still doing a lot of the admin side of it, so we're still very heavily involved. I just don't get the stress of dealing with parents, which if anybody has ever done, you will know it is no fun. And that was one of the single most reasons my enjoyment went from doing it, because I just couldn't be dealing with the constant niggles from the parents. Anyway, I'm going to cross this road so you don't see me fall over, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so slight change of plan. That is New Road going back into Melbourne, but we are going to come back through the fields, so I don't know how much we're going to see. It looks like you sort of run parallel with some of this new estate. I think when we moved to the village, this was all fields. That's quite extraordinary in 10 years. The evolution of the village. Can do. We must be able to join up further down. Mind Ralph, he's getting tangled up. It's like Spaghetti Junction around here. So we are going to see a little bit more of this new estate, so you will see a little bit more of the village, not the old village. This is the new part of the village, I suppose. We've never done it, so I suppose it's good for us to sort of go somewhere a bit different. There'll be another time, maybe, where we do the other walk, maybe in the summer where it's not absolutely freezing. Although to be fair, very warm now, completely warmed up to the element. I'm very impressed with young Ralph. I would have thought he would be wanting to be carried by now, but he's doing well. Ash will just keep going, and then she'll just flop when we get home. So hopefully we'll have a quiet afternoon. Absolutely no idea where we're going to come out. So we are on a magical mystery tour. I haven't got the licence to the Beatles song, otherwise I could have put that on it, couldn't I? Good exercise. As you can see, I don't know if that's picking it up. If it's not, we have done 1.7 miles. It'll easily be over 2 miles by the time we to get home. And there's another dog coming. Just be aware, James, please. I'm just going to come off record, guys, and then I'll be back on in a sec. So I'm hoping we've avoided those dog walkers. I can't see exactly where they've gone. I think unfortunately they've done a left, which is the same way I think we'll be going. But we'll see in a minute. I didn't see them go the other way. Oh, they're around here somewhere.
They went that way.
Oh, did they? Go on, Ezra, good girl. The village council couldn't afford a proper step or a stile, so they've just made a hole in the fence.
Easier to get the dogs now.
Hey?
Easier to get the dogs now.
No, maybe.
Well, otherwise you've got to climb over the stile, can't you?
Just throw her over the fence. You can see where their boots come into their own and my trainers do not come into their own. This is pretty boggy and pretty slippery now. So don't laugh if you see the camera go one way and me the other in a minute. So we're now back to where we started. This is the back of the farm that you might have seen from the drone footage at the top of our road. And the other side of here, that sort of gives you an idea of distance. Hope you enjoyed the little walk on this Sunday afternoon. go home now to chill out. I don't know if we're having a roast, a small roast, no roast. Whatever we have, it will be nice. Watch the football, do a little bit of research on these external drives, and then we'll watch the football. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend and we'll catch up soon.